On the west side of Raleigh sits an upscale mall doing rather well for itself. While mired with a closed-down Sears, the owners have an ambitious plan to replace it. Let's step inside and see what the Crabree Valley Mall is all about. Crabtree Valley Mall began in August 1972, being one of the earlier retail centers in the area as it brought forth Belk Hudson, Sears, Miller & Rhodes, and Thalheimer's. Kicking up with early success, the mall would be remodeled around the mid-80s to bring forward a number of specialty stores as well as a food court. Crabtree Valley Mall faced surprisingly little competition, its direct competition being Cary Town Center at the time, of which was bolstered by a companion center known as Crossroads Plaza. The expansion of Cary Town Center did, however, spur Crabtree Valley Mall to begin a major expansion in 1993. Tenants including G.C. Murphy and Piccadilly would close, accompanied by the anchor Miller & Rhodes. Thalheimer's would convert to Hecht's around this time as well, and would begin planning for a new, larger location in the mall. Also in 1993, a 40 by 110 foot section of the parking garage had collapsed at the mall. This was just 3 months after it had been rebuilt. The cause of this collapse was ruled to be a combination of cold February temperatures and a precast concrete support that was not built properly and had managed to slip by the quality control of Metromont materials. Fortunately, no injuries nor deaths were reported in this collapse. In 1994, Sears would move to a new anchor pad in the mall, leaving its old pad to become small shop space and a connection to the new Hecht store. And the last notable thing to happen in 1996 would be Lord & Taylor, which would come and open its first and only store in North Carolina at the Crabtree Valley Mall, cementing Crabtree Valley Mall as an upscale mall for the Triangle region. As a side note, Crabtree Valley Mall is actually notorious, not for crime, but for flooding. Situated next to the Crabtree Creek, the mall sits on what would be classified as a floodplain. The creek is known to flood during extreme weather and still prompts flood risks to this day, despite the construction of Lake Crabtree and other water basins to mitigate floods. Notable floodings at the mall would occur in 1996 during Hurricane Fran, when floodwaters entered the mall and closed down several stores for months. Tropical Storm Alberto, which flooded lower-level parking lots in June 2006. Floods have also occurred in 2013, March 2016, and July 2016, closing not only the mall parking lots, but also some of the roads surrounding the mall. The latest incident would involve Hurricane Florence and Hurricane Michael in 2018, prompting Crabtree Valley Mall to close its lower parking lots in advance of both hurricanes. The flooding events have prompted Facebook groups to host an event titled Float by Crabtree Valley Mall. I'll let you imagine how those go. 2006 would see some rough spots come to the mall, as Lord & Taylor announced closure and Hecht's would be rebranded into Macy's. Lord & Taylor was addressed, however, as Belk took the opportunity to open a second store. This would bolster Belk's presence at Crabtree Valley Mall as a flagship location. Later in 2011, politicized protests were organized in the mall food court, but were quickly shut down as all organizers were arrested, as protests were not permitted in the mall. In 2012, producers for Iron Man 3 held an open casting call for the movie at the mall. In response, thousands of people were present at Crabree Valley Mall in hopes to cameo in the movie. A major event came out of the blue in 2016 when 911 calls spoke of a violent shooting that had broken out at the store Lush. Multiple people were sent to the hospital for the incident, and the mall was placed into lockdown. Roads around the mall were shut down, and people would be evacuated from the mall and the immediate surrounding area. Sounds bad, huh? Well, get this. After a thorough investigation by police, it was realized that no shooter was present. No bullet casings, holes, or damage was found. The 8 injuries were a result of mass panic during the evacuation. It was believed that the mass panic was driven on by several major incidents at the time, and to this day, I have not found any closure on this incident, but it appears a shooting might be out of the question for this one. What do you think caused the mass panic? In 2018, it was inevitable. You knew it was coming, but Sears would be done for, as Sears announced a plan to close 46 stores nationwide at the time, which included the Crabtree Valley Mall Sears. This would leave just Belk and Macy's to continue on as anchors for the mall. This is being addressed, however, as plans were announced to demolish the Sears and build a 30-story tower in its place, which would bring forth office space and a hotel for the mall. The project is currently expected to total around $290 million. The latest thing to occur at Crabtree Valley Mall was a small fire that had broken out in a dressing room at Macy's. The fire was immediately extinguished by the building's sprinkler system, and there was speculation as to whether or not the fire was intentional. Many news outlets were quick to assume that the Macy's was closed indefinitely after the fire. However, current reports say that Macy's has reopened for business. Oh, hey guys, doing your own video on the mall as well? Maybe we could collab. We only have a minute or so before we wind down, but what do I think about the mall? I do think it's an alright looking mall. Not the best, but certainly not the worst. There are some elements, like those light posts, that help make the interior feel rather tasteful. I do hope the redevelopment plan goes well for the current owners of the mall, and hope to see the mall stand the test of time. I would love to come back and see what this tower is for myself when it's completed. Overall, you have a strong tenant roster inside the mall, and a variety of stores to choose from. You even have a Lego store for the kids. And with a strong food court off camera, I don't think this mall is in any real trouble just yet, even with the loss of Sears, which was probably a liability for this mall anyway. And just like that, the tour is coming to a close. What did you think about the Crabtree Valley Mall? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think could be done to improve upon the mall? What do you think caused the Great Panic in 2016? Do share your thoughts in the comments below after passing a like on this video, and if you're new to the channel, you are welcome to subscribe for more malls in the future. Additionally, you can also find me at minds.com and kofi.com, as well as the Dead Malls Discord. Links will be down below for all three. Until next time, this is Doomie Grunt, wishing you, in the Crabtree Valley Mall, farewell and good luck.